So I'm really excited for this video because this is a showing sign for me. If I've done something around 4 times in a row, that means I start to get interested in it more and actually start taking the action steps towards it. So it's exciting for me to make multiple videos in a row, and it's exciting for me to be this confident in what I'm doing, not just with videos, but everything else that I'm doing in my life. Things are really starting to turn in a good way for me. So I kind of just wanted to mention that. I don't know why, it just feels right to express where I'm at right now. So a big thing that's happening with my life is I am moving into this space as we speak. And in that process, I've really taken old items and repurposed them or made them look better, or I found things that have been stored away for a while and I've reused them in a different way. And it's incredible what has come of it. I mean, I painted my desk black and it turned out great, and I painted that black and it turned out great. And I've slowly started to bring some items over. I'm trying to be minimal when I come over here. I've really started to learn that clutters my brain, and I'm kind of past that stage of my life of being clutterful and having a bunch of stuff around. And moving back here, I've really made an effort to bring a little bit at a time and see if it's something that I really want to keep here or if I shouldn't have it here. So it's really easy for me to do something like this because my parents' house is right up the road and most of my stuff's over there. So it's like really easy for me to store stuff there and just bring whatever I actually want here. So it's just been nice to have my own space now. It's amazing how much it affects my way of being when I'm in my home environment or my childhood home environment, my family environment. That dynamic, it pulls out a youthful, more rebellious, angsty individual within me. And don't get me wrong, like, I love my family and I get along in most parts, but I am a very independent person and I'm an individual, and I perform better and I'm more in alignment with myself when I'm spending time by myself and when I'm spending time in my environments, in my business environments, within my community, friendships. So it's one of those things where I really, as the youngest child, I feel like it's easier for the other two because they kind of just go and pioneer their path. And I went through some stuff. I started my own business. I stayed in East Lansing. Next thing you know, I'm building that closer connection with my parents. And I always feared, and that's where I know it's real, is because it was a fear of mine. I was being tied into East Lansing and being tied into that family, like East Lansing roots. So I always had that dream of living in Canada or living in Florida or living in Colorado. And here I am still in East Lansing. So nothing wrong with East Lansing. I've kind of learned to grasp that and I've learned to appreciate it. But I've needed to really take the action steps and be almost the mature one for myself, the mature version of myself, to choose to really put boundaries up and to give myself the space that I need to grow as an individual and to grow as who it is that I'm trying to become in my life. So I've had to express it and speak it out. I bottled it up for years and I never truly spoke it, but in the last month or so, I've really just emphasized points and reiterated things and been like, hey, being on my own is really healthy for me. My parents, I think, have, out of their compassionate hearts, think of me sometimes in who I was 4 years ago, going through depression. And I've gone through a lot of growth, and I've evolved, and I've healed a lot. But sometimes when they don't know what I'm doing when I'm here and I'm on my own. I've expressed about what I was doing alone in 2016. So it's just this dynamic that I've had to really emphasize. And it's brought up a lot of healing in a good way. And it's allowed my own progress, my own growth, not just with moving spatially, but financially, within the business, within my relationships outside of family. It's been reflected in that nature. So, I mean, I always go back to somebody's spiritual teachings along the lines of, if you can heal your family issues, you're going to heal a lot of issues that you've manifested in your life. And I've always just thought all the things going on externally were just everyday dynamics, but in reality, I came to learn that the habits and the ways of being and the ways of projecting onto others reflected a lot of what I went through in childhood and what I went through within my family dynamic. So it's just one of those things where I chose to bring it to the surface and speak it and verbalize it, and things that may not have been said over the last whatever time frame, but over the last 4 months, I've really started to speak up, especially in the last month, especially once this COVID-19 happened. So, because I spend more time in that unit. So I needed to speak my truth, and I needed to step back into my sovereignty, my own being. So, yeah, I'm just appreciative. I'm appreciative of where I'm at right now. At this moment, I feel really good for what has accomplished in the last week, the last 4 days, heck, the last 2 days. I was winging it before. I was winging a whole lot of what was going on in my life. And right now, it's like, I mean, I've known the path. I've known the steps that I've needed to take to step onto what I'm doing right now, both with videos, with business, with moving out, with building up my savings account, building up my investing account, doing these action steps that I've been wanting to do for years. And now finally starting to take those, at least the first steps, but some of them the second and third and fourth step. And it's been really nice to let it move through me. Let it just happen without trying so hard. Let it become a lifestyle. Let it be your being. That's what it is at the end of the day. A lot of this healing has been learning how to do this whole multidimensionality thing. Learning how to step into the person that lives the life that you so desire. Simple as that. But there's blocks in the way. You have to clear them. So this is a really good video. I'm going to keep it short because I really like this one, and I don't know where else it'll go, but I'm feeling like this is a good length for what I channeled today. So I'm going to put that out there. I hope somebody actually sees this one, because I want to see this channel grow. This is why I started this. I want to bridge spirituality and masculinity and the individual self, and just speak things, whatever comes through. Maybe someday I'll structure it, who knows? But for right now, I'm just doing it for the action steps. Gotta take it, gotta start somewhere. So, hope somebody watches this, hope everyone has a great day, the day that you watch this. Peace.